All right, welcome back to another episode of the Social Web TV, the internet TV show that answers the question, who owns your data, with these two simple words? You do! And we are live in San Francisco at MySpace for Lunch 2.0.
I had to be excited there.
All right, welcoming back returning panelist David Record.
Yeah.
Back from vacation. And welcoming our first ever special guest.
Did I get that?
Yes,
Yeah.
Alan Herf from
Oh.
MySpace, who are hosting today's event. We're going to get into what's going on at Lunch 2.0 and how MySpace is really opening up the social web. But first, a special announcement.
So we're still working with Vidler on getting enclosure support for the RSS feed. They don't have it quite yet, but it's coming. So Ken Kennedy, hold out on that. It'll be there.
And extra special guest, Michael Arrington of TechCrunch.
So this is live?
It is being recorded.
Yeah, it'll go up tomorrow morning.
Okay, but we're gonna leave this in, right?
And wait a minute, I think we've got a sighting of Bigfoot.
A Bigfoot! Oh, come on. No, so what's going on with Bigfoot tomorrow?
Well, yeah, so some of you don't know it, but there's a press conference in Palo Alto tomorrow where, honest to God, a real dead Bigfoot will be talked about with DNA evidence.
Supposedly real big dead Bigfoot.
And Michael, will TechCrunch be there?
Yeah, we have a writer who's gonna cover it, so.
And the real McRae, I'll be there. Thanks, Michael, for the
Mike.
cameo. All right,
Okay.
so Vidler Enclosure, you also
Vidler
have a toy
Enclosure?
that you want to show
Yeah,
off.
so Yahoo just publicly launched Fire Eagle yesterday, wasn't it? Day before. And Fire Eagle is sort of a location routing service where you can go and set up multiple services to go and update your location and then give others access to where you currently are. So like we demoed this with Movable Type so that on my blog it always has my current location via Fire Eagle. We got this cool little toy, a Spot Messenger. It's all satellite based so that I can be walking around, normally like kayaking or doing something extreme, and it'll plot my location on Google Maps, send SMSs and all that. And if I hit the 911 button,
Don't do it.
Yeah, it'll dispatch helicopters, man.
Right here, right now?
Right here, right now.
Nice,
So,
do it.
Great
Let's see
toys.
it.
We'll link those up so you can get a better idea of Fire Eagle and the Spot Messenger.
Very cool. All right, Alan. Awesome. Welcome to be our
Thank
very
you.
first guest.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's awesome to be here. I don't know if I can do what Chris and them did, but I'll try.
I know you can bring it because
Yeah.
MySpace is doing a lot of cool
We know how
stuff.
to throw a party. We've proven that a few times now.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk first. Lunch 2.0. Not everyone may be familiar with that. It's a really cool concept. In fact, Joseph Smar, who is on vacation this week, was one of the founders of Lunch 2.0. And it's an idea that's actually pretty similar to opening up the social web. It's about breaking down the walls between companies. And instead of only your employees being able to eat lunch at your cafeteria, occasionally open up the doors and let anyone come in, see your office
Yeah.
space, meet your people.
I think Lunch 2.0 has been going on for well over a year, if not 2 years at this point.
Yep.
Started out down in Mountain View, moves up to San Francisco. I know it's happening in Portland and other places as well. And so as you can see behind us, like probably well over 100, maybe 200 people here in MySpace's office, eating lunch, chatting, mingling, or coming in and being a special guest on our TV show.
And what's really interesting about that is, you know, when Lunch 2.0 started, MySpace really wasn't on the scene here in San Francisco. And when I was talking to Joseph, I think he was sad that he helped make it successful. And I told him it has to be successful because it's living beyond him.
Absolutely.
So he's not here today, but it's still going on.
Well, so MySpace, I guess, headquarters is down in Southern California.
Yep, which we're going to do Lunch 2.0s down there next. We just had to come here and meet everybody on this playing field to pull them down there. So
Indeed.
So we have lunch availability.
Oh.
we also have data availability.
So first of all, what do you do at MySpace?
I'm the Senior Vice President of Engineering, but what does that really mean? I built engineering since we were about 10 employees to its 400 plus employees now, and I oversee that in quality assurance there.
And if I understand correctly, you're also a passionate advocate for more openness.
Absolutely. I think right after we saw Brad Fitzpatrick, and I believe you get credit too with
little
OpenID.
bit,
Yeah, a little bit. I'll give you all the credit if you want. After I saw them do that on LiveJournal, I think March, May of 2005, I think I was a little early. I was banging on MySpace to do it, and I think we were way not ready for that yet.
Yep.
But it's great. We've had this guy, Max Engel, come to the company from Yahoo, brought a lot of great talent, and now he's echoing it, and it's starting to get a lot of traction, as you can see, over the last year or two.
All right, so let's talk about one of the big efforts is data availability.
Absolutely.
We've talked about a little bit on our show love to hear a bit more what you guys are really trying to do with that.
Well, it's a really long 8-syllable name right now, which we do know. And what data availability really is it's the ability to take some of the REST APIs in the Open Social Framework and combine with OAuth, both of them being open platforms, into the ability to push data out of MySpace out to other websites, other applications. It could be an Adobe Air app someday. It could be another website. And to ability to cache it for up to 24 hours on and off site, which at first we had no caching policy.
Right.
And since GSP East and up stuff, we've realized from collaborating with the community, we need caching policies and we want to get that data out to people because people do own their profiles, as you guys say every week. We absolutely support you own your profile.
So what's an example of something that I could build with data availability coming off of MySpace profiles?
Well, one of the things, a good example would be something like Evite or Twitter. So if you go to Twitter, you'll notice that you know very little about the people in the top right-hand corner. I think you get their URL and you get their name. So if someone's a MySpace user, you could actually know who's this person that's trying to befriend me on Twitter, or who's this person trying to invite me on Evite. You'll notice on a site like Evite, you went in and you filled out your profile several years ago, before social web really came along. You really never go back to it except to have your invite. So whether it's us or other sites that make data available, you should have much more robust data about those people.
So John, this is reminding me a little bit of Facebook Connect from a few weeks ago.
Indeed, yes.
So
yes.
Facebook Connect, data availability, similarity, similar, different.
I think the idea is similar. I think us, I think Facebook, I think Google, I think generally as a major movement, people want to persist data outside of their network. I think a few years ago we used to talk about my network versus your network. And what this is going to do is break down the network barriers and start to persist data out and get feeds back. You've seen Facebook do that, you'll see us do it, you'll see Google do it. It's about getting data out and getting activities you're doing with that data back into the pipe.
This is really, I think that we've talked a lot about in this show of the evolution from a walled garden model to a model in which your social network is a utility that helps you interact with lots of different services and sites around the web.
Yeah, and a thing I said at a conference not too long ago, the best way to explain it to me is your freshman year of high school, imagine your dad's in the military, and you have a girlfriend, you have your best friends, and he makes you move to 2 other high schools during your career, and you've got to start all over. Got to get a new girlfriend and new friends. Now, you have the ability, imagine if you could take your original freshman high school friends to every high school you go to.
Now, did you experience this in high school?
No, I didn't, but I watched a friend experience it. So
technology's under data availability. What's it look like?
It basically looks like OAuth right now, and it looks like REST APIs. I think the other things you're going to see is you're going to see OpenID come into the fray, because with OpenID, OAuth, and REST APIs, it also gives you the ability not have to go log in, as I know you care very much about.
A little bit.
Is that what you were digging for?
Maybe. Well, I just remember you guys made an announcement, I think, a week or 2 ago, something around OpenID support. So sort of trying, I think, it would be good to explain to people how are these different technologies being used to go and create that vision.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I want to point out where MySpace has really something unique to offer to OpenID. MySpace, most users, if you go to a club or you listen to a radio station, they'll be like, if you want to check out the Red Hot Chili Peppers, go to myspace.com/Red Hot Chili Peppers. If you want to find me on MySpace, it's myspace.com/Alan. So the ability to take that URL with OpenID, sign into that website one more time, and be able to use your URL on MySpace to persist your identity on the web.
Well, so then on that, I think this is an important note. One of the challenges that OpenID has had to work through is that one of the core notions was that you could use a personal web address as a form of identity. And it really is interesting to see MySpace is probably in a better position than any other company, given the way its users use the service.
Well, and know their MySpace URLs as well. So if I've logged in with a MySpace OpenID to a site, does that then bring me into data availability? What else can I do with it?
Yeah, well, the one thing is hopefully you'll never have to log into that other site again. The other thing is as you update your data on MySpace, you update your profile information, maybe your music likes, we'll be able to give more data out. As you know that we're working on a huge music play in the market, and we're hoping that you're going to be able to do more stuff with music availability and movie availability, and it's really about making it easier to get around the web, which is now the walled garden. I hope the internet is the walled garden.
So sounding a little bit to me like it's very much the same vision as what Facebook Connect does in terms of being able to use your profile to sign into different sites and then going and getting access to different information to your friends and stuff like that, but built on top of open technologies?
Absolutely open technologies. OAuth, REST APIs, Open Social, which is an open platform in and of itself, just moved into its .8 spec, and we plan to go with more. I mean, I can see a day where, if privacy's not, as long as that's not a problem, where we get to FOF and XFN, where with XFN, we'll add the rel equals friend links because we already know who your friends are on MySpace.
Right.
So to tag on and rel equals friend becomes easy. And then we want to move into things like maybe rel equals band. We want to try to help extend some open technologies. Right now, we've been consuming them, and our next excitement is to be a contributor to them, not just Open Social, which is really our key platform play right now.
Well, so on last week's show, we talked about one of the building blocks underway, portable contacts, and that's an effort that I know you guys have been helping out with as part of trying to bring that together. And want to make one little announcement too. I want to thank MySpace is going to be sponsoring an open event called the Portable Contact Summit here in San Francisco.
Yep.
This will be September 11th. Now, it's not for everyone in the audience. It's actually going to be a pretty intimate gathering. It's really for developers who want to dive deep on the draft spec and be ready to be early implementers of the 1.0. But
Absolutely.
It's really cool to see you guys involved with that.
Go ahead.
Where should people go to learn more about data availability as well before we completely move off of that?
They can go to developer.myspace.com. Of course, if they're here, we have a great demo in the back corner. Max Engel wrote a really good write-up to explain it better to people last night with screenshots that people we're already working with, people like Picnic. And we're going to put that blog post up tonight or tomorrow, probably when I get back down to LA tomorrow. And you'll be able to learn it at developer.myspace.com. We have IRC channels. You can just talk. I mean, that's the beauty. We're using IRC. We're using everything we can to meet you where you want to discuss the technology.
So it sounds like actually shipping, you can actually implement it against
it's already, 4 major sites have already implemented it. Anybody can implement it. And if anybody has any problems, like I said, it's /Alan or Alan@myspace.com. We will come help you implement it.
Dude, sounds like Facebook Connect, but already shipping and built on open technologies.
Oh my Lord, this is big news.
Yeah.
And then some of the beautiful things we've seen with, I think it was Leah used OAuth with Pounce.
Leah Culver?
Yeah. And we're very excited we have an incredible iPhone app that we're probably, people say it's a better user experience than myspace.com, UI-wise, which I won't make a comment at all, but I'm very proud of it. John Faith, our GM of mobile, did all that, and we will hope to use OAuth and persist data availability to the iPhone, to RIM, to Android when it comes along, whatever we can.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, big stuff. It's just great to see. Congratulations to you guys.
Thank you very much.
Really amazing.
And thanks you guys for
leadership.
Portable Contacts, because that's the buzz right now in our company is Portable Contacts.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hosting.
Yeah.
I think before we go, I want to remind people South by Southwest panel voting is still open. We'll have links for a couple of different panels to harness the power of the social web TV audience. And do we have any other announcements?
I don't think so.
If you're in Palo Alto tomorrow, come by to the Bigfoot press conference. It's going to be an awesome media circus. Other than that, I just want to invite everyone to join us again next week for another episode of the Social Web TV!